Hello and welcome to the 14th Faction Challenge Part 2, where I will be taking another look at the boss items. I'm just going to make sure I'm not muted over here and everything's okay. Okay, desktop audio seems to be a little bit loud. Let's bring that down. Alright! Yesterday, we took a look at all 180 something submissions, and I have narrowed them down and written them down. Unfortunately, this is a mess. What I wrote down on my piece of paper was a mess. So I went through them a second time, a third time, probably a fourth time. I went through them another time, and I added whichever ones I wanted into my beautiful slides, which I have here. Yes, so some of them have been eliminated early. But I have looked at them a second time. I've looked at all of the ones that I've written down. But some of them have been eliminated early. Some of them actually got nominated afterwards. 184 submissions, yes. Here's how I'm going to judge them. I think there are about 50 or so nominations just based on my slide number. There are about 50 nominations. Here's how I am going to judge them. I have selected 5... Well, okay, I'll have 2 judging categories. I have selected 5 of them that I would consider the best art. And wait, 5 of them or 4 of them? There's 2 categories. There's art and then there are ideas. So art is whichever one looks the best, and ideas are whichever one had the coolest descriptions that really could add something new to the game. So I've broken them down into 2 categories. One of them has 5 that won, and one of them has 4 that won. And how I think I will do this, the rewards I have not yet decided, but I will be adding the rewards. I have a lot of rewards I need to add to your faction inventories. I'll be adding that after this stream. I will be adding that. If I don't, then please ping me. Right, so without further ado, let's go right into these. We have our Mega Autolaser by Volcano. Looks pretty cool. Pretty, I mean, yeah, it's a nice Autolaser. Actually, it reminds me of the normal Autolasers we have. Actually, it does. It does remind me of the normal Autolaser. Yeah, it does. Well, it's an Autolaser. No wonder. Next, we've got a plasma generator, also by Volcano. This was one of the ones that basically you charge it up. The more you charge it, it deals more damage, but it also travels slower. The less you charge it, it travels faster, but deals less damage. Interesting idea. Cool little design. This is the PM MKII by Tsume. Looks pretty cool. Triple barrel battle cannon. Pretty awesome stuff. Actually, I'm not going to go into these too much in depth. This stream is going to be pretty short. I'm just going through these. Next, we have the Chaingun. I absolutely love this Chaingun. I mentioned this yesterday, but this Chaingun animation looks so sweet. Are the gems at the corner, how are they going to be used? Are the rewards? So okay, I have not put any little tiers at the corners. I will be going through the top. I'll be just going through all of the ones that got nominated, and then I will be going through the honorable mentions, and then I'll be going through the top picks that I had. That's how I'll be doing this, and rewards will be decided once I can figure out how to juggle things. This Chaingun is amazing. It's, unfortunately, I've already used the name Chaingun. This is probably, because of the way this looks, this is going to be called, I'm going to put this in the game, this is going to be called the Chain Cannon. But I absolutely love it. Depending on, I mean, who knows whether this will win or not, probably. It's a good submission. Next, we have the Obliterator Transmitter. This was one that I passed over. However, it's a really good idea. Basically, it teleports a sticky bomb to a location, you know, your location, and then after a certain amount of time, it detonates. So you kind of have to move, you're forced to move around and not stay in the same spot, or else you blow up. I thought this was another really cool idea that got passed over during yesterday's stream, so I nominated this one. We have our anti-material cannon, aka Super Sniper Rifle, which looks really nice. I love the long barrel design. Really cool. Really cool. Next, we have the Skystrike, aka your game controller that shoots out of its head or triggers. Yeah, it's like you're pushing down on the triggers. Yeah, we got the Skystrike, this rapid firing mortar sky striking thing. Looks pretty awesome. Except that it looks like a game controller. That's the only downside, is that it looks like a game controller. You can never unsee that. It's like, it's a game controller. Oh well. Next, we have the final jury. Final jury was awesome. It's like the Arbiter. It's the upgrade of the High Arbiter, not the up. It's the next one is, I can't remember. There's a King something, or Royal Executioner, probably. I'm not sure. But anyway, this one looks really cool. Cool design. Probably, if I do use this, it needs a little bit of touching up on it. But it's a good design. Next, we have the Dead Man's Requiem. One of my favorite weapons. This one is just mind-blowing. Skull weapons. We've got Skull Islands, but skull weapons. I am in love with it. Fantastic work, Human. Human has a lot of submissions. Some of them are a little bit spammy, but most of them are actually pretty good. Great job, Human. Great job. The Dark Rangers Twin 6 Shooters, really long name, but it's a nice idea. Got nominated. It would be cool if these were independently firing. That would be an interesting idea. Anyway, yeah. Pretty cool. Next, we have a Railcannon. This one is so cool. Everyone that got nominated here are pretty much awesome. Like, their art is good. Yeah. A little spam. All of them are spam. Not all of them are spam. If you actually objectively look at it, there are some really good ones in there. You guys keep hating on Human and the Prime, but they came up with some good stuff in this challenge. They showed up. Like this one, the Railcannon. It's great. We've also got the Cristargi. I like to say it like that. Cristargi. Crystal firing weapon. I like the shape on that. I like the little pokey stick. Good job on that. Machinegun Railcannon. I do like this. I like them all. I need to come up with a better reason than I like this. I don't know. These are cool. I'm not going through. I've already said everything I needed to say yesterday, so I'm just gonna go through these. Machinegun Railcannon looks pretty awesome. Drone Factory. I really like this one too. It's cute. It has a cute feel to it. Like, I could stick that if this got animated. I'm working on supporting animations, all types of animations. This could easily be an animated little like robot just repairing stuff and then like throwing out robots. Be awesome. It would be awesome. We have the kind of spoil it there. We have the Secret Needler. The gift started a little early, but transforms into something else. Do you want me to animate it? Sure, why not? Go ahead, send it to me. I'm all up for it. The Needler, yes. This transformation is really cool. It's a cool idea. Why does JWigs like Drone Factory when Prime makes it? I'm not biased towards any single faction. Prime actually have good submissions. Strike had some good submissions as well. Nova actually had some good submissions. I just look objectively, and Prime so far in this challenge has had really great ones. Mega Drill was also really cool. Again, this one would be a pain to implement into the game, but taking all of that aside, how difficult it is to put into the game, I like it. It's a cool idea. Now we have the Eye of Doom. This Eye of Doom was this was an awesome one. Not quite Dark Order yet, but definitely on the right track for Void or Infestation coming up. Disc Launcher. You made a factory a while back and I said no. I can't remember a lot of stuff I say. There's a lot of stuff that I say. Disc Launcher, aka Disco Dubstep Gun. This was cool. Launches discs, I presume. What does it look like? Yeah, it looks like a disco gun, pretty much. Dragon's Dream, another one of the really cool, along with the Dead Man's Requiem, and there was another one as well. The other one looked too clowny, so that one did not get nominated. But this was also this one. This one's gonna be fun when you see it in the game. You'll definitely see which item this becomes. There's a lot of. It's pretty much, it's a little bit different. I didn't modify it, but you'll see what I mean. Corvo's Bane did get nominated. It looks a little bit clowny, but I still like it. The Sacred Obliterator transforms into giant death laser. Destroyer Beam, another laser. Destroyer Beam was another really cool one. Like, I was playing around with the art this afternoon. I actually didn't notice how it actually goes. This is actually kind of more 3D than a lot of the other weapons that we, because most of the time we only look at like top face. Even if there's something behind it, you don't see it at all. But like that, it's definitely giving me some ideas to play around with. I'm definitely learning a lot from looking at your art and having to play around with it. And actually, I didn't notice this. That actually loads. That actually loads down there, does it? Yeah, it loads. It like loads a cannon in. That's cool. Next, we have the Killin, another laser beam. There's a lot of good laser beams with a lot of good animations. Looks awesome. We have the I still don't know how to say it. The Cabochon Cannon. The cabbage cannon, basically. Shoots crystals. Looks awesome. Pretty cool. You thought it was the Kiln? Yeah, it's the Killin, right? Did I spell it wrong? Killin? I'm pretty sure I copied that over correctly. The Killin. Cabbage cannon, saw cannon. Unique idea. It's the Cabochon. Okay. Saw cannon, bullet hell type of idea. Shoots lasers or shoots bullets and spins around in a circle. Pretty awesome. Reaper of Mines. I don't exactly see the weapon here, but the art just looks awesome. It just looks amazing. I think it shoots upward. Yeah, I think it shoots a zappy zap. Yeah. Not really proud of the art of the saw cannon. It's there. The art could use some work, but the idea is there. Plasma cannon, also really good. This one is very three-dimensional. And I like the idea of it. And it's some good art as well. Volcano. I mean, it shoots molten. I believe that's just the magma texture. That looks awfully familiar. Or it's some part of a magma texture. The shape as well looks really cool. MKII 120mm dual naval cannon by KK6. This one's really sweet. This definitely feels like a strike mega weapon that they would use. Just the shape of it looks a lot like their faction icon. A Nighthawk, really nice as well. Actually, you could use a little bit of a beak. Now looking at it, like if you flip the cannon and then have like a beak, I don't know, but then you can't exactly fit a cannon. The face ones are really hard to get correctly. Just playing around with the Dead Man's Requiem and the other one, the Dragon's Dream, it's very hard to get the faces correct. Originally it was a lion. I see the lion, but I see the hawk as well. Next we have the Orbitron. I've looked at this multiple times, and I don't know why it looks so familiar. It looks awfully familiar. I can't... It might be from Star Wars, those little droids that shoot lasers, and then you have, like, Luke training with them, or something like that. It also looks like that giant droid ship, right? With the sensor, and then the three quarters of a circle on the edge. It looks so familiar. Someone tell me where I'm thinking this is from. It looks familiar, yet it doesn't. I don't know. From Portal, the eye thing? Wheatley? No clue. Oh well. I like this. Just because it feels familiar. Devil's Palm, also really great art here. Really great art. Cores from Portal? Possibly. Blaster of the Incoming Storm. Asymmetric, and I like it. I like the way you've done it. It actually feels more like a handheld weapon, but I like it. Lotta Feroce. A laser beam, really cool laser beam. Not Gravitor. This animation was awesome. Yeah, it looks a bit like the Droid Command Center in Star Wars. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not Gravitor also looks pretty awesome. Zap. Zap. Oh, I love this. This one's cool. It's satisfying to look at. I am very much trying to support firing animations. The only issue is there are so many different types of firing animations you can have. You can have like a firing animation that charges up. You can have firing animations that are continuous. You can have firing animations like the rockets, which they actually disappear. You can have firing animations like missiles, where it like slowly counts out. Like, so you have like less and less in each animation. And there's a lot of different types of animation, but in fact, I actually wrote properties for them today. There's a lot more than just animation and animation type. And animation, there's a lot of them. There's a lot more properties to consider, but yeah. Quad laser looks cool. It looks like a bunker, actually, now looking at it. It looks like a bunker shooting out like a pew pew, anyway. Revolving Spreadgun, I love this idea. It's so cute. It's like the double shotgun, but better. It's like a rapid reloading shotgun. I can hear it going off. Reloading sound effects would be really cool for this too. Like, you hear it as it fires, it loads in another shell. White hole launcher, amazing. This one is, I've been working on some art inspired by this one. Very cool stuff. The Ratchet, like, we're talking Ratata gun, Ratchet, looks like it. Super Tank Cannon. This one I think was called the High Arbiter. No, it's called the Arbiter / Highlander or something like that. I'm probably getting the name wrong. But those names are kind of already been used, so I just called it the Super Tank Cannon because that was also in the submission. I love the shell popping out. The poop, poop, poop. It's cool. I mean, we could have some shells popping out, but it doesn't exactly make... Those would be some big shells. It makes more sense that they get recycled, right? Instead of just falling out of the sky. Imagine someone like sitting like underneath, and then all of a sudden it just rains on them with shells. Miserable. Triple laser, really cool as well. Really cool triple laser idea. Extra Chonk Railgun. Ooh, my favorite parts. GIFs. Okay, GIFs definitely help your submission. I'm gonna say it. GIFs definitely help your submission. These are, okay, so one block is about 10 meters. 3 of them are about 30 meters. So these are 30 by 30 meters. So a shell is about 10 meters big. Yeah, so we definitely want to be recycling these guys. It's a lot of metal. The Sanguine Artillery. Animations are just animations make it amazing. Animations make it amazing. Yeah, because I can see how the weapon can work. Even though right now we don't have animations. We're very much like, I need to get those in. The lead wall. This seems like the other alternative to a rapid fire shotgun. It loads and just constantly spams. Like the revolving, could be an upgrade to the revolving shotgun, the lead wall. And that's also a really cool name. So if you're unable to animate, you've already lost. No, not really. Most of these do have animations, but some of them don't. In fact, in the winners, some of them don't. The fist is also really cool. Again, probably used as a projectile for a giant punching gun that punches, like maybe a boomerang actually. It punches and then comes back. That'd be cool actually. A boomerang type weapon. Yeah. The spine, laser beam, railgun, lots of lasers. Truestrike, I think this was a cannon of some sort. This might have been a plasma cannon. Looks nice. Dual heavy cannon, kind of like a battle cannon. Also looks really cool. Dark Autolaser, another laser. This feels very Void-like, the shape of it. I don't know what the Void are going to be, or I haven't confirmed the Void yet, or what they're going to do and stuff. This just feels very Void and like alien-like. Oops. I said Void and alien in the same sentence. Oh well, I'll just pass over that and hope no one pays attention. Clasper Laser. Clasper Laser, also pretty cool. Spiral Counter, this was fun to play with. You hope Leadwall isn't copyrighted? I don't know, is that a band? Oh well. Spiral Counter, this is... I mean, you've already seen it. I showed it last night. There's already a spiral weapon in the game simply spawned off of this. Just because of that spiral right there. Spreadgun, name copy, that's mine, but very hard to do these correctly. But still looking good, despite it being hard to get 45-degree angle outlines going. Wide shot, yeah, wide shot could be a better name for this. Needle Railgun. This was one of my favorite railguns from these submissions, or favorite railgun slash autolasers. It looks great. That design right there, I've used it before. I don't know. I feel like you can see the work that I'm already working on. Renamed Spreadgun to Shaftgun. Shaftgun was removed and it was renamed to Spreadgun because Shaftgun. I don't know. Some people didn't like the name, and I don't know. Yeah, so we named it to Spreadgun. Colossal Shield. This was awesome. This was a shield that would basically. What I'm thinking is, okay, so the idea was that it creates a shield that can deal damage. Like, it has a shield, but it can like hit things as well. Like when you ram it, it will hurt you. What I'm thinking is this could be a module that, while this module has charges in it, and it generates these charges or generates these mini shields slowly. While it has charges, it transforms it electrifies your shield, so your shield gets extra particle effects on it, like lightning particle effects. Then if anything collides with the shield, it zaps you. It deals damage. And I guess the island would. No, I don't think it should bounce off. I was thinking, kind of like bounce off, but that doesn't really make sense. So no, it wouldn't. So basically, anything inside the shield would just periodically just get zapped, and then that would deplete the charges on this module. But it's a really cool idea. Whistle Cannon, another one. I played around with this afternoon, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture the original feel of the Whistle Cannon, but I did manage to get something semi-resembling, but I might have butchered it, and I'm sorry. The wide shot colossal weapon would introduce more properties. Now you have to shoot at fixed angle and other shots at other angles. Regarding that, I have also been so you mentioned firing at fixed angles. I've been thinking of ways to tackle multiple points. Now, unfortunately, GameMaker doesn't actually allow me to, like, for example, if we go back to here, it doesn't allow me to manually, like, visually set, like, here's a point of interest, 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 here's a point of interest. I want to shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't exactly do that. The only way I can do it is to do like relative coordinates, which is a pain to implement. But it's possible. So what I'm thinking is you'd have to be manually configured. So if a weapon fires 5 shots, then it would basically, you'd give it 5 points of interest, and it would shoot the first one at this location, the second one at this location, the third one at this location, fourth one and fifth one, and then you can cycle through them and stuff like that. Yes, another JWigs rant. Yes, I apologize. I do that a lot. Thundering Doom. Shoots lightning. Looks pretty awesome. Fury Shotgun. Another really cool shotgun. It's like a coil gun mixed with a shotgun. It is like a coil. It's like a coil shotgun. Like a shot coil. I don't know. A shoil gun? that sounds funny. A coil blaster. Coil blaster. Yeah, like a coil blaster. Yeah, that sounds cool. A spread coil. Yeah, there we go. There's some good names. The Ronin. The sword. Like the shotgun. I mean, those are some really good names that you're coming up with. We should do this more. We go through and we stabby stab. Yeah, stabby stab. I might just call this the stabby stab, actually, just because it's become a meme. And might as well embrace the meme. We might get a stabby stab in game, like a massive stabby stab. And a punchy punch, maybe. Clover. This is a mining laser. This has the mining laser feel. Like, just point it downward, get some maybe iron or some stone islands, and you get little mining islands that come along and just like zap it for a little bit, and then it kind of like walks away, and then comes back in a couple of minutes and like zaps it. Kind of make things seem like they're alive in the realms and the regions that you're visiting. The Hawk, aka the compound bow. Really cool. It's like, because I know someone submitted a bow, a crossbow, and a ballista. This is like the Dark Order's version of a mega version, it's amazing. Clover. Didn't we just have Clover? I'm going backward. Oops. Oh, and that's it. With the Hawk, that is all of them. We've gone through all of the new submissions. So now, what I'm going to do is we are going to go through the best ideas, but the honorable mentions. Oh, Zestrix actually hated how I called it the compound bow. Okay, I shall not call it the compound bow then. Yes, so right now we're going to go through the best ideas, but just the honorable mentions. So if yours isn't mentioned in the honorable mention, then that means it has a chance of winning. So basically, if it wins, it's not in the honorable mention. These are just the ideas. I think there's 4. So first one we have is the Ronin. Massive sword, cool idea, maybe getting melee weapons, like giant melee weapons that swing into the game. Interesting idea, this one made the honorable mentions list. Plasma generator. Could be fun to play around with, increased speed. I deleted my mortar. Yes, I'm sorry. I deleted your mortar. Yep. Plasma generator could be fun to play with charging. Like, right now we only have things that you press it and hold it, and then it fires automatically. Maybe we're looking for things that only when you release the trigger or your mouse, then it actually shoots. It could be fun to play with. Drone factory. It's less of the actually, why is this one in here? Drones have been around for a long time. This one should have been in art. I believe this one's also in art. But drones have been around in the server. The idea's lingered around for a long time. So, Needler, transforming weapons. Super cool. Super, super cool. Not quite sure that, I don't know, disguised weapons seem really awesome. Mega drill, another cool idea, not really implementable, but still cool anyway. And now we have the best ideas. Those were the honorable mentions. Now we're up to the best ideas. Are you guys ready? The best ideas from this one. The first one is, these are not in any particular order. These are just all grouped together. They will all get the prize. They'll all get the same. They'll all get a point for the prize or something like that. Yeah. Right. We have, there is no first place. These are all first place in the best ideas. We have the saw cannon. Now, so there were multiple iterations of the saw cannon, but I like this because it spins and it shoots a lot. It's a different type, and I actually have to go, it's not possible to currently do this in the game with the current properties. I actually have to go and change the properties in order to make this work. So that's why this one got the best idea. Obliterator Transmitter, another one that I actually have to go and change parts of the game. It's such a good idea. I'd have to change parts of the properties in order to make this work, but I really, really like it. Colossal Shield, another one that was absolutely amazing. Actually, I should say who this is. This is by Nugget from the Prime Faction. Also Nugget from the Prime Faction. Colossal Shield is by Ralper from the Strike. Super cool idea. It's from FTL. Yes, it's from FTL. But I'm still giving that to him because we're on the same page with this. I actually was, before this submission, around the time these submissions were going off, I actually had modeled a it's pretty much the exact same idea as well, and we're going to use the white hole gun for this as well to help with this. Yes, Chaingun is from FTL. Yes, I'm very well aware. And the next one is the Chaingun. So we have the Colossal Shield, which electrifies your shield. Next one's the Chaingun. Yes, it's from FTL. However, I don't think it's ever been mentioned before in this server. Not that I can recall to have weapons that keep firing. The game is moving a lot in the FTL direction. But because of the Chaingun, I was able to implement system that basically it's able to handle a lot more than just chain gun type mechanics. Like, we can handle vampire damage and stuff like that. Like, you shoot. Actually, this is the way we can heal now. You shoot, you deal damage, it heals your block. It heals blocks around you. And, well, there's even more. There's some special stuff that I've added today as well, which you guys are going to enjoy. Let's just say it's a property that's been long awaited. Long awaited. Now we have these were our top arts. Our top best ideas. The Saw Cannon, our Obliterator Transmitter, our Colossal Shield, and our Chaingun. Those were the 4 best ideas that could possibly radically change the game. Add very interesting a variety of weapons and playstyles. Good job from you all. Are you going to see ideas in this stream? Not quite. The Chaingun is ready, and I could show off the Chaingun a second time. Now we're going to go to the best art. Best art, honorable mentions. These didn't quite make it to the top, but they were really, really good. There was a lot of good art. Everything that got nominated in this one was really good, but these are like the really good of the really good. We're just slowly limiting it down. We had the Truestrike, awesome submission. Dark Autolaser, another really, really cool one by Nugget. Spiral Counter, this was really cool. This would have made it to the top if it just had a little bit more. I've already used this in the game, however, it just wasn't quite there. I did a lot of work to make it work with the game. Needle Railgun, another one of my favorite railguns. Really cool. Chaingun made it into this one as an honorable mention because my goodness, that looks amazing. It's satisfying to watch. Like, it just pew 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 pew. I can already hear it. Yeah. Chainguns everywhere. Chaingun was amazing. Good. Yeah, I can't stop going on about it. The Crystar G, another really cool art submission. The Hawk, I'm not going to say compound bow, the Hawk. It really is a bow though. The Hawk, fine. The Hawk bow. The Bow Hawk. Another really great one. Now we have our top. We have our top 5. There are 5 of them, and these 5 are the best art from this challenge. And to start it off, we have the Drone Factory. The idea might have been old, but this Drone Factory looks amazing. It's cute, it's simple, it gets the angles pretty good, it has a little stand, it's a good Drone Factory. Next one we have is the Destroyer Beam, also by Nugget. Nugget is absolutely destroying this right now, much like this beam would destroy your enemies. Oh, that was a terrible transit. That's not even transition, that's just awful. Destroyer Beam, yeah. It looks really cool. I can't wait to see this in the game. Eye of Doom. Another one that's really nice. Not quite there. It's not quite going to be implemented soon. But when we get Infestation or Void, you definitely get ready to see this thing. This thing is definitely really good. Anti-Material Cannon. This one actually was this one was, I don't know. At first I didn't like it. I played around with like a fourth of the ones in here, and just looked at them, just tweaked on them. This one was strangely fun to play with, and it actually works a lot better in this state than it does with any of the tweaks I made. So actually that's why this art is very well done. And the last one we have, I believe this is the last one. Yes, the last one we have is the Dead Man's Requiem. Skull Cannon. Absolutely gorgeous. Unique idea, and great execution. Great job. And what we have is the tally counter. There were a total of 9 winners. We have 6 from the Prime. We've got 2 from the Strike, and we've got 1 from the Nova. And I tried very hard to be unbiased. I picked out pretty much what I thought was the best. And if we look at the number of submissions, it seems like it's pretty much equivalent to, the ratio is equivalent to the number of submissions that were actually submitted. Does submitting more help? Pretty much. I mean, you've got a better chance of me liking it, and that do look nice. Right. So that's all. But we've got our next challenge. Where's the best animation? We don't exactly have one specifically for the best animation. Surprisingly, Actually, surprisingly, looking at these, only one of them had an animation to them. There were some really great animations. I'm just supporting spam. Okay, you go through the submissions, you look through, and you pick out the best ones, and you'll pretty much come with the same ratio of Prime to Strike to Nova. Because if you submit more, there's a pretty good chance there's a higher chance of more submissions equals more chances of getting in there. So, for those of you in Strike and Nova, you got owned in this challenge, but that's okay! There's always the next challenge. There is always the next challenge. And speaking of which, do you really need to ask it to the Chaingun? It's literally everywhere. I love the if we had a best animation, there's the Sanguine Artillery. There is the Chaingun. What else is also really cool? I'm just going through which ones I think are the best animations. Which one was also really awesome? White hole launcher was cool. Not Gravitor was cool. This was also cool, but it's a little bit simple. This one was awesome. This one was also awesome. All the animations were awesome. What can I say? All the animations were awesome. Prime dominates art challenges. Yes, we're not going to have an art challenge for quite some time. In fact, I feel like I've drained you all of art. So we're not going, and I've drained you all of ideas in general. So I apologize for that. I've been mainly because I've felt pretty like low on ideas, and so when I feel low on ideas, I ask for everyone else to help as well. The next challenge, right? There are a lot of items starting to stack up. There are a lot of items that are starting to stack up for each faction, and so we are going to go to not so much. I think it's going to be about a week of this. Probably we're going to start up the next challenge next Saturday, possibly. Next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, the Saturday after that. But for now, we are going to go to a time of some nice, chill lore. This will be within your faction, so I'll try to speed it up. I'll try to do it every 3 days and not drag out the boss lore names for like 4 to 5 days. Try to do this every 3 days. Faction identity, yes. So yeah, lore. So things like your origins and history. The government and politics still is, it was kind of suggested, but it still hasn't been solidified yet. Things like, also, I will have a chance for you guys to communicate with the other factions and discuss in the faction chats and use the faction. We'll have some where we're talking about the origins of each of your factions. This is so that each of your factions can agree on a common origin so that not one faction is portrayed as the villain. Like, oh, we wanted to separate from the villainy of the Prime faction, so we created the Nova. Or we created the Strike to destroy the Prime. Or else that's what everything is going to be. Why not this Saturday? Because we're going to have some time. We're going to spend quite a little bit of time doing these lore. And I would try to facilitate this as best as I can. Yes, did we do this already? Yes, we did do it a little bit, but we're going back to it. And I will try to facilitate it better, a lot better. And do try to participate. Lore is something that will add a lot of life into the game, and it'll get mentioned. A lot of the things in the lore, like wars, for example, suggesting wars that happen between factions. Actually, wars are happening now. For example, we could name the current war that we've got. Someone could write down history of the current wars been going on based on who's been winning so far, the different skirmishes you might have had, just based off of the standings. Like if this was a battle, Prime destroyed. In this battle, this Prime ambushed you all and just wiped everyone out, pretty much. Rewards will be coming to your faction chats. Actually, let me show you what I worked on today, because I think some of you will actually like it. Well, most of you all are gonna love it. You all are absolutely gonna love it. There's no way you don't like this. There is absolutely no way you don't like this. It's a highly requested feature. Okay, I'm going to start giving hints, and let's see how long it takes for someone to guess it. It's a highly requested feature. It's been planned ever since the beginning of the game. It's not the water update. Let me run the game here. It's not multiplayer. It's not water. It's not Islands of War 3. No, it's not water. I'm sorry, it's not water. Right, game is ready. It's not 3D. It's not cities, even though cities would be cool. Chat-controlled islands, drones. I think I would have said something about drones if it was coming in. Firstly, let me, for those of you who missed it yesterday, let me show off the Helica, and let me show off our Colossal Chaingun. So with our Colossal Chaingun, I don't have energy. So with our Colossal Chaingun, we can kind of fire it, and it will warm up. Yay! Did I shoot the Helix one yet? Oh, did you see the Helix one? Ooh, I'm not sure if you've seen the Helix one. I thought I showed it yesterday. I must have been wrong. Let's put a bunch of energy. I need to remove energy restrictions in creative, possibly. Helix gun is Helixy. I'm not sure if you could catch that. It was very fast. Maybe it needs to slow it down yet. Slow it down a little bit. Yeah, I think it needs to be a little bit slower. You like what I did with the sprite? Yes, I transformed it. I took your inspiration with the spinny thing, and then I went ahead and gave it more helical fun. I don't think you can see it's firing like 2 revolving helix things. I'm very happy with what I did with that. We also have, okay, so what I worked on today has to do with this. And I'm going to prepare a bunch of them. Let's see. I need drifters. I somehow got rid of my drifters. If it's 3 revolving ones with different timing, it may look better. Possibly. Realm 7 still crashes my game, so I'm not traveling to Realm 7. I still can't figure out. Well, I didn't even attempt to figure out what the crash was today. And I'm going to break my own rule, and I'm going to go to a passive realm because they can't shoot back, and I can show off the weapons better. So, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. What I did is I worked on. Actually, no. Actually, these guys actually have less health. These guys will show it off even better. Okay. I'm using rockets. We have. I'm not sure if you caught that. Let's do that one more time to this guy. Did you get that? Explosions. Now, currently I was only able to implement one of them. I was only able to implement, well, I only put it on one, which was the rocket. Just to see what it does. And so so I'm still working on the finer details of like death damage and stuff like that, but explosions. Oh, it keeps dodging. Stop dodging. Just blow up. Yes. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. Also, tiny change. I changed the explosion sprite. I went ahead and I had some particle effects for the explosion sprite. That's it. That's it. You guys have wanted explosions for so long. That's it. Yes, that's it. That's all. It's just explosions. But death explosion. Yes, death explosion will deal damage soon. And I imagine people are going, that explosion was so cool. I have not implemented that yet, but you didn't actively want this? What? You didn't actively want this? Really? Explosion? People have wanted this. Where is Shui block? Shui? Excuse me? Oh my goodness, that's awesome. It's fun. It's fun to play with. Now, rockets are going to be nerfed a little bit because they deal like 40 damage on explosions plus lots of damage on even, yeah, there's like a lot of, they do a lot of damage. So they need to be nerfed now just to deal less like impact damage and more like explosion damage. Explosions can crit. Yeah. It's definitely, And see, this is why I don't travel, because I keep crashing my own game. Well, anyway, that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm still working, so the YouTube video, I think I'm going to drop that on Friday. So I'll keep logging what I'm doing. I'll show a little bit more behind the scenes of what I'm working on, and then I'll compile it together on like Friday night, and then slap it together and upload it. Explosions are awesome, but not really wanted. I know nothing can ever beat the water update. Nothing I ever do will satiate your unquenchable desire for the water update. But explosions, I think explosions are pretty good in the meantime. And they're awesome. I even have bigger explosions. I have a bigger explosion animation that, well, for bigger rockets, I think it's going to be fun. Yes, your unquenchable thirst for the water update. Actually, the irony there is hilarious. Yeah, that's amazing. The water update is like the survival update for Scrapman. Yeah, very much. Well, anyway, that's all from me today. I will update your faction inventories, figure out your reward, get your faction challenge going. There will not be a test version because, as you can see, well, the game just crashed. And it keeps crashing. And also, I want to implement the explosives to its fullest extent, as well as right now the boss weapons are kind of just copies of current weapons with slight modifications. Their stats haven't been in-depth looked at, and Magician would very much want me to balance out everything before sending it to y'all testers. Nuke Colossal Weapon with explosion as big as a region. Not as big as a region, but it's going to be really big. It's going to be really big. Also, cores are going to be really big. Anyway, that's all from me today. I hope you have enjoyed this. I will catch you all in the next one, or in the video that comes out on Friday. Maybe I'll announce the faction challenge then. Nah, I think I might announce it next Friday in the YouTube video. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Well, anyway, that's it from me. Have a good one.